Well, I want to welcome you out to this training. If you're watching this, you're probably just brand new in doTERRA on our team, Launching Essential Leaders, or you could be from another team as well, that's fine. And the reason why I put this little brief training, this won't take very long together, is because I find that oftentimes in doTERRA, because it is a network marketing company, often people come with preconceived notions about how to build a doTERRA business. And my wife and I are silvers in doTERRA right now, and I did come from a previous network marketing company, and so there was a little bit of a learning curve involved in getting familiar with how doTERRA really builds as a business. So I put this training together to save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, but there'll have to be a little bit of trust involved. You're gonna have to trust that I did try some different things, and what I came to find out is doTERRA is primarily built, a very specific way. A lot of the top leaders have all done it, and we're doing it as well now. So that might burst some of your bubbles if you're used to network marketing and some of the principles that go with network marketing. All of them can be applied here in doTERRA, but it's just kind of the timing of how they come in is really the more important thing. So I've got this PowerPoint presentation up here. As you can see, it's very plain and very basic. There's no frills. I just wanted to get the information out there. So again, welcome to doTERRA. It's an amazing company. If nothing else, you've been introduced to some amazing oils that'll change your life. And that's what I love about doTERRA is, some people come in and they try the business, and that's fine. But I know that if they've tried the product and they like it, that they'll be customers for life. So I can feel pretty good about that, knowing that the business isn't necessarily for everybody. So we're going to go over these items here. What's the purpose of this training? I kind of already went over that a little bit. I'm going to give you some tools, some resources. I kind of like rewinding the clock. If I were to start in doTERRA again today, what are the things I would want my sponsor or my upline or somebody to tell me that my primary focus should be? Maybe what should I do in the first 30 days, first 60 days? This is kind of that training based on my perception, based on everything I've seen that works. Okay. So how do I do this business? And then what resources and tools do I use? So we'll go over those. And I got to say, first of all here, there is no point in proceeding with learning more about the business side of doTERRA unless we can answer these questions. Do you believe the oils can bless your life? First of all, I know it kind of sounds basic, but there are some people that try to do the business side of doTERRA, and they think that the oils are kind of neat or nifty or interesting, and that's not enough to sustain a doTERRA business. Now, it doesn't mean you couldn't come to love the oils, so don't confuse that. But do you kind of believe the oils can bless your life, either now or in the future? Okay, that's a question to ask. Number two, do you believe the oils can bless the life of other people? You'll soon realize that doTERRA is nothing unless you're gifting it to people, like samples and sharing it, right? If you hold it all to yourself, there's no gift there to be given to other people. Just consider how you got into the company. Most likely somebody introduced you to the product side versus the business side first, okay? So do you believe the oils can bless the lives of other people? Do you like to help people? That's a funny question, but there are some people in business that kind of are all about themselves. What can I do? How can I get ahead? Those will crush your doTERRA business. So if you're that kind of an individual, we'd love to invite you in if you're open to some change, meaning you're going to have to start to learn how to help other people. And I think most people love to help people. Genuinely, humanity, we like to help other people. Sometimes we get stuck in our own world of, what can I do to get ahead? And that's normal. But overall, if you're the type of an individual that likes to help people, this could be an amazing business for you. And then lastly, money motivation ahead of oil motivation equals failure. And that kind of leads in from what I had mentioned before. If you're only money motivated in doTERRA, and there's a lot of money that can be made in doTERRA. I mean, some of the top income earners are making over $200,000 a month. Some make $30,000 a month, some make $5,000 a month, but there's a lot that make really good money. However, I've noticed that all of those top income earners, their motivation to share the oil and to really teach people how the oils can bless other people's lives is way ahead of any motivation they ever had to make that kind of income. So Don't ever come into doTERRA being money motivated ahead of knowing what your product can do for other people. So now that we've kind of covered those, and you might look upon those lightly, but that's what I've discovered over the last 12 months of building this business. Pretty invested. Those are my tips for you, my gifts that I'm giving you right now. So how do I do this business? And I'm going to do some screen shares here. This is a Zoom conference call that we love to use. And I'll be toggling back and forth. I'm logged in on 3 different accounts here. And so I'm on one laptop now, but I'll be doing some screen shares, and I'll actually be showing some things on the video screen as well. So how do I do the business? Believe it or not, it's easier than you think. And yes, you probably are overcomplicating it. If you come into doTERRA and you want to do the business, I mean, chances are somebody shared some oils with you and you had a great oil experience. That's pretty much, that's really how you kind of do the business in a nutshell in the very beginning. Granted, when you start to want to build a team of a lot of people, there's some different aspects of doing the business. We're not going to get into it here on this training, because this is for new people. They're just getting started, and the things that you'll need to focus on. So number 1 is sharing the oils. We're going to talk about what counts as sharing the oils. I can tell you all the ways I did it wrong, so I'll go over that. I'll give you a spoiler alert here in that bullet point. The oils must touch their skin, and we'll show you how to make that happen. Okay, I'll show you more what that means later. You have to invite people to learn more. You have to find out, are they open? Okay, we'll go over some inviting scripts a little bit later. Using text threads to introduce prospects to your upline has been a huge thing that our team is doing right now, and is just unbelievable, working great. We live in an age where those types of people in your life that if you try to call them on the phone, they're not going to pick up. You send them a text message and they respond within 10 seconds. And then you try to call them real quick because they just texted you back and they're nowhere to be found. Don't get upset over that. Just know that that's the way kind of technology is kind of right now. It's molding and it's shaping humanity into a certain form. So we're leveraging that. We're taking advantage of the fact that a lot of people text message right now. So we're going to show you how to do some text message thread to introduce people that may be interested in the oils to either your upline support. A cross line means somebody outside of your immediate team that might be maybe helping you or working with you. That's fine. And so we'll show you some little, I have a sample I'm going to show you on a screen here of an actual text thread that I did with somebody in the Atlanta area, and the person enrolled, and it worked great. Okay. And we're also going to say, your first 5 people, you have to enroll. Let your upline enroll your first 5 people. Now, they're going to be enrolled underneath you, so don't be confused with, you're not giving those people away to your upline. No, but quite the contrary. Your upline knows how to enroll people into the business. Okay, there's some things you need to learn on when you're basically putting somebody into the system and signing them up in doTERRA. We call it enroll, and it's better that you do that with your upline, because they've already learned the mistakes not to make. We would hate for you to make any mistakes putting somebody into the system and realize that you did it the wrong way or whatever. So just trust in your upline, and we've asked that just let them do the first 5 people with you present. So they'll be doing that with you either over the phone, over the internet. And we always have people who are signing up fill out paperwork, and then we go sign them up later. If you try to sign somebody up live over the internet, I mean, all sorts of disastrous things can happen. And again, that's not duplicable. You don't want that duplicating throughout your organization. So just when you sign somebody up, just get with your upline. They'll hold your hand the entire way for the first 5 people. That way you'll be fully trained. Okay, so how to share the oil. So we've got a number of ways to share these oils. There's probably dozens of ways to share the oils. Let me just share with you some quick ways that we've done it. So doTERRA has actually created, and I'm opening this little package here, something that we typically use. If you can see, sometimes when we mail stuff off to people, see if I can get the right camera angle on that. This is a little plastic Ziploc bag. We've got a little sample of Deep Blue in there, some of the toothpaste, and a little quarter dram. Okay, these quarter drams you can get off Amazon. If you're not familiar with that word quarter dram, neither was I, but they're just these little amber vials, and they're 1/4 of a dram. We put some oil in there. This one happens to be clove, if you can see that. There, clove. And so what we'll do is, for people that are out of the area, we might mail this to them, or I might give it to them. So if I have somebody in my neighborhood or my city and I want them to experience the oils, I could, usually talk to them over the phone first and say, hey, I've got some oils that I'd love to introduce you to. What kind of health concerns are you having? How can I bless your life? What do you have going on in your family? They tell you, and you figure out what oils they might need. And then you put them in these little drams and you can share them. Okay, that way. That's one way you can share. And then just so you know, this is kind of how we get those from Amazon. I have all these links that we can provide you with all the vendors that we buy this stuff from off of Amazon. Just reach out to us and we get you those. doTERRA also provides some really cool samples. And you might already know about this now that you're watching this video. I mean, I might be telling you something that you already know, but there are some people that be watching this that don't know. So these are the little vials that doTERRA sells. If you can open them up there, you can see little vials inside there. And so this one here's got, this is the blend. This got Breathe, On Guard, and Digestin. So sometimes I like having these like on the go if I'm just doing something and I don't know who I'm going to run into that day. Maybe I'm at the post office, maybe I'm just wherever, and I happen to get into a conversation with somebody. It happens more often than you'll believe, actually. And this allows me to just hand them this with my information and maybe get their information to follow up with them. Okay. doTERRA also makes this one here, which is they're not blends. Okay. These ones here are all blended oils. So they're not like a single oil. All those oils were blends. These oils are all single oils. Okay. Here. So this one's got lemon, lavender, and melaleuca in it. So sometimes I hand that out to people. That's pretty much how we've done it, when we share the oils with people. Now there's of course scripts that you can learn. We've got a number of, I won't go into all the details now, but there's kind of talk about this in a little bit. The quick start guide that we use from Edge Success. If you turn to the back page of this, I actually have I'll share my screen a little bit later with a better version, but you can see here there's dialogues that they've got. I mean, if you want to learn how to share the oils, it really is that simple. I mentioned before, sometimes we overcomplicate it. In my experience, the best way we found of sharing the oils is to do it authentically and genuinely, meaning pick the phone up, you call somebody and say, look, I come across a natural product that I think might help you. Are you open to trying something like that? Yeah, okay. And you can tell them it's essential oils if you want to, or not. It doesn't matter at that point. And you can say, well, tell me what's going on in your family. You got anybody that can't sleep, or any number of issues that the oils could definitely support them in. And then genuinely try to help them. It's not like you're trying to recruit them into a business at that point or anything. You're literally just you're just giving the gift, right? doTERRA, gift of the earth. You are in that process of giving the gift. So that's how we typically share. Now, I know some people try to invite people to classes. You might hear of that, and that's totally fine. Some people do classes. In our experience, it's a different skill set to call 30 people and invite them to a class, say Thursday night at your house, where you're going to be teaching people about the oils, and then have those, and then remind those 30 people, and then maybe 3 of them show up, and it's a real production. I'm not saying don't do it, but all I'm saying is the one-to-one typically ends up being the most intimate and in my experience, the fastest building. But I'm not going to say anything about if somebody wants to do classes and you can build for that. We have had some people do that. But again, in my experience, I love doing the one-on-one approach, or maybe 2 people there, like 2 friends, and then we show up and teach 2 people at one time. You'll be surprised how fast your group can grow just going 1 person at a time. I mean, it might seem slow in the beginning, but then once there's like a number of people there and everybody's doing one-on-ones together, it really starts to duplicate and starts to take off. And see, because everybody can meet with 1 person. There's no big deal about that. Not everybody can call 30 people and try to invite them to a Thursday night event or whatever that is. It's a different skill set. But I believe everybody can contact 1 person and say, you know what, let's meet up for lunch, let's meet up for coffee, whatever. I got something really interesting to share with you, natural related. Everybody can do that. So we want to err on the side of what can everybody do, okay? So that's what we typically do is one-on-ones, but you're welcome to do whatever you feel is in your comfort zone. I've already mentioned there, you see on the screen, look for ways to bless others with the oils. If you're sharing oils with people because you eventually want them to buy and be in the business, it's not going to sustain itself long term. I believe you have to be fully invested, and that you really think these oils can help somebody without a monetary thing attached to it. And we're not selling oils, everyone. We're sharing the product. And if they decide they want to come in, we're marketing the memberships of doTERRA and all the benefits that come along with doTERRA memberships. You're not just like selling an oil. Anybody can sell the oil. That's not a huge skill set. But what we are doing is we're marketing the membership to be a customer of doTERRA and everything that comes along with that, which is actually quite a bit. And we'll go over that a little bit later in what's something called the membership overview. So I don't lead with the business unless somebody's got prior business relationship with me. So I know a number of people that, I have a real estate background, and I know a lot of people I've been in business with, different business ventures, whatever. It's totally appropriate for me to call them and say, hey, I've got another business I'm doing here. I'd like for you to take a look at it. However, I know that unless they resonate with the oils long term, that business isn't going to be sustainable for them. And I know that, but it's appropriate for me to invite them to come take a look at the business since we've had prior business relationships. It would be weird, and this is what kind of gives network marketing its black eye, is people are calling friends saying, I'm in business now, when their friend knows that they've never been in any business, and it just seems awkward and it seems weird. Because it is weird to get a phone call from somebody about money when normally you're talking to them about just normal everyday things, basketball, kids, family, friends, whatever. So with doTERRA, don't act outside of what feels natural, right? So I feel natural calling people and saying, let's make some money together with something natural. That's fine for me. Most people, if you don't have business experience with other people, I would just be inviting them to bless their lives with the oils. And I actually do that too. So there's a lot of people I call who I don't have business relationships with, and I just invite them to use the product and to love the oils. And then I go from there. And you'll notice that out of your customers, out of people who actually sign up into doTERRA and start loving the oils, you'll naturally see some of them start to share the product with others. In fact, you might be one of those. If you're now watching this video, you might be one of those that was just a customer and that you love the product so much you started to share. So notice what happened in your own life, in your own situation. That's what typically happens. So I love getting customers in doTERRA because they become some of your best business builders. We do mail out samples to people out of the area. I did bring, so we've got like a padded envelope like this, if you can see this. We get these on Amazon. They're real cheap. I think if you buy them, we do have I think the link for this too. Packets, these come in like 25, these for like $12, something really basic. And what we do is we take what I showed you before, this little packet here with a little sample of Deep Blue, some toothpaste. We throw in the quarter dram, and something else that I actually don't have here, but I will mention is we like to always use a personal note. We've noticed a huge difference, and wouldn't you? It's when somebody writes you a personalized note, it's kind of special, isn't it? It means something. I believe it's better to send these with that personal note, even instructing the person how to use them. So a lot of people don't know how to use the oil. So you might say, hey, 1 drop, on your, whatever, or hey, swipe it behind your neck, or give them a little bit of instruction. You don't have to write an essay, but just a little note to say that you care. I believe makes these things much more powerful. That truly is a gift, isn't it, when you include a note with it? So that's been our little secret, is just including a little note. We pop it in. We might have it, if I'm sending them one of these here, so we throw everything in. Maybe another pamphlet that we have. It's called Healthy Can Be Simple. I don't have it here with me, but we might include that as well. Boom, send it. It's probably like $2.50, $3 to mail these. We've sent off a lot of these things so far, maybe 40, 50 of them. Not all of them resonate, but enough of them have that we've been able to build clients out of it and business builders. So there's lots of ways to share is what I'm saying. There's not just one way. We just happened to move out of the area when we joined doTERRA, so all the people we knew were out of state, actually. So we did a lot of mailing. We've done a lot of in-person as well. Lastly on the share, if the oil doesn't hit their skin, there's no benefit, okay? I did this wrong a lot in the beginning, and what I'd do is I'd have somebody in front of me, a friend of mine, and I'd be talking about how amazing the oils are, they're so cool. You got to this and this and that. And while the oils were sitting halfway across the room unopened, and that was my error, of course. As soon as I started opening the bottle, so I got a little bottle of On Guard here, as you can see. As soon as I had that same conversation with somebody, only I took the lid off and I put a drop on their hand, and I had them rub their hands together. Maybe just breathe in, you know. I started having a lot of different, much more effective meetings with people. And I started to realize if the oil doesn't touch their skin, no benefit. Obviously, there's no benefit. So we have the kind of a product that people, you got to touch it. You have to smell it. You have to see it. So I know a lot of people are recruiting people over the internet, and that's cool and everything. But at the end of the day, somebody has to make an order and put oil on their skin. I just prefer to do that up front in person. And then it makes the whole process stop much easier. So I can't say that enough. It's just pointless to talk about the oils unless you've got somebody there. And here's another little tip for you. Tell people to stick their hand out. I know it sounds kind of like a command, but if you tell somebody, hey, put your hand out real quick, they'll typically do it. Like the human mind just tends to respond. And so if you tell somebody to put their hand out and they put their hand out, you've got your oil ready. Just put a drop of lemon or whatever, lavender, in their hands. And now they've got to do something with it. They've got to rub their hands together. And what you'll notice is that they'll be smelling their hands after you're long gone. Hour later, 2 hours later, they'll just be reaching up and smelling their hands. And that's part of them having an oil experience. So people have to have an oil experience, and you have to help them get one by putting oils on their skin. The easiest place is the hands in the beginning, and they just inhale. So that's how to kind of share the oils. Inviting to learn more. Here's where I'm going to kind of transition into showing you this text message thread. Once you have somebody that's interested in the product, you could do the rest, I guess. You could show them how to purchase the oils. You could show them this. You could sign them up on your own. I wouldn't recommend doing that only because there's a better way. And this kind of gets more into the deeper levels of working in a team and the network marketing model is if you'll introduce your prospect, your friend, whoever, to another individual, could be your upline, most likely it's your upline, they now get to hear a second testimonial about product experiences, right? And there's a chance that your friend might actually relate more with somebody other than you. And you have to kind of let your ego go in that case, right? Let your ego just float away as you introduce your friend to somebody else, your upline, who probably is a little bit more knowledgeable about the oils, probably is better at asking questions to other people about the oils, and then you can create that other relationship. It doesn't mean you're handing your person off. It just means your prospect gets an additional person now to support them, to help them. And it actually is the best thing you can do for your prospect, because now they're not just limited to your own knowledge and your own information, but they're now hearing from other people. They can meet one person, couple people, that's great. The easiest way we found to do that now, you could try to call and say, I'd like to introduce you over the phone. And the world we live in right now just doesn't seem to exist that way anymore. You could invite them in person if you happen to have your upline local to you. That could be fine. You could go to lunch and meet up, and your upline could show them more about the oils. We'll go over this in a little bit, but your upline can, get the book out, the Essential Life book, and have an opportunity to show them a little bit more about how the book works. But you have to get your prospect introduced to somebody else as soon as possible. Even from the very first time the drop's touching their skin, you might say, oh yeah, my friend and I do this together. Getting their mind thinking that you're not alone in this, that there's other people to support and that they might be able to learn from. It's very critical. The easiest way we figured out how to do this is through a text thread. And what I'm going to try to do here is stop sharing on one screen. Let me try to share on this screen here. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to stop sharing on the one screen, and I'm going to share on this other screen. And what I'm going to show you is a text thread here of, give our screen a second. What you're actually looking at here is a copy and paste from my actual cell phone, but I don't have the technology to show my cell phone on the video, so this is the best I could do. And so if you look here, it's a series of text messages from a builder named Jessica out of Atlanta. If you're watching this, Jessica, hello. And Lauren was the other person in Atlanta. So Lauren had introduced Jessica to the oils. Got her excited. It's not hard to get somebody excited about the oils. I mean, if you put them on their skin and, they just love them. Most people just really say, those are cool. That's neat. How do these work? Once that's achieved, Lauren knew that she could leverage me, right? That she could leverage my time and that I knew a little bit more about the oils than her, or that I could maybe speak a little bit more intelligently to Jessica about the oils. So Lauren did that. I'll just paraphrase it. Jessica, meet Randall. So this is Lauren, one of our team members in Atlanta, texting her new prospect, Jessica, and copying me on the thread. So now there's 3 of us on the thread, Lauren, Jessica, and myself. Hey, Jessica, meet Randall. Jessica's had an amazing transformation in so many ways and is interested in learning as much about homeopathic world as possible. So she edifies Jessica. So that allows me to go, hey, Jessica's an amazing person. That's somebody I'd like to meet. She took a huge leap of faith, left her career. So she gives me a little bit of an overview on Jessica, and then says, we currently work together at a place, a gym, and then I chime in. Now, normally I don't do this anymore. I wait for the person to respond back first because I don't want to act like we're piling up on Jessica. But in this instance, I said, "Hey, Jessica, hello. It's good to connect with you. I'm really excited." Now, keep in mind, this is all. I do the same thing every time. For the most part, I might modify it based on the person and their career or whatever, but it's always almost the same. Hey, it's good to connect with you. I'm excited to be a part of what Lauren's doing out in the Atlanta area. She's an amazing leader. I'd love to connect with you over the telephone. Just get to know you a little bit better. See, there I'm dripping on her about maybe we'll get on the phone one day. Do you have any openings in your schedule in a couple of days? Jessica replied, hey, Randall, Lauren's amazing. I'm 100% intrigued by what she's been discussing with me. I'm available tomorrow around 12:30. Is that good for you? I said, yeah, that time works great for me. Boom, everybody's happy. And I wrote a little note at the bottom there. You can see how things developed as I was positioned to build trust with Jessica. I now regularly text Jessica directly without any involvement from Lauren, and it feels totally natural. The friendship has been created. I can tell you right now, if somebody says, hey guys, what's the secret of why your group's growing so fast? You're looking at it right here. Text message threads are so easy. Anyone can do it. They're dynamic. And I can't put enough emphasis to do this. It might mean you letting control go, and you have to just figure out whether you want to do that or not. But I can tell you this right here will single-handedly help you build your business faster than anything I know. Once you have somebody that's like, hey, those oils are kind of interesting. What do I do next? You want to get them on a text thread with your upline. So let me go back to this other screen here so we can get back to our PowerPoint presentation. And really what, give me 1 second to do that. Okay, looks like I got to stop sharing here. I'm going to stop sharing there, and I'm going to share this screen. And so we can get back on topic here. Okay. So we've already gone over this, enroll the first 5 people, how to share the oils. I apologize, I'm looking off because I'm looking at my other computer over here. And let me get this back into PowerPoint mode. Okay, so we got the text message thread with the upline, invite to learn how to use Essential Life book. Okay, so go to the book. This book right here, called The Essential Life. You can see that I got a little bit of a glare. Try to get that. Sorry, not glaring. Let me just turn this light that way a little bit. So if you can see the Essential Life book here. This book, wow, I really apologize. I'm trying to get that. This book is so glossy. It's just coming. But anyways, the Essential Life book here is probably been one of the most amazing tools that we've used to build our business. Some people call it the Oil Bible. I just call it, the Essential Life book. And what it really is doing is people thirst for knowledge and they thirst for education. You don't have to be an expert about the oils when the book is the expert, okay? Let your upline be the expert, okay, in your prospect's eyes, because they've been in longer. People are going to assume they know more. That's totally fine. Let them make that assumption. Don't feel like you need to know everything about the oils in order to share with somebody. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The reason why you're sharing is because you're so excited and you're so brand new, and I'm still learning about this. But I have this amazing book that teaches all about the oils, right? So you can turn the pages with them and they can learn how this book works. Well, let your upline teach from this book as well to show that they're providing value for your team member, because the three of you are probably going to be working closely with each other potentially soon. So I invite people, once I've shared the oils with them, I go, hey, did you know that there's this book that you could use and really augment your knowledge of the oils? You can buy a case of 10 of these. They come out to about $17 each. We turn around and sell them for $20, just to cover tax and whatnot. And we've probably gone through 7 or 8 of these cases already. And I'd like to attribute that that's why we're growing. That's why our group is growing. We've made the investment in the tools that people really want. So I've had people just say, not a problem. I'll pay $20 for that book all day long, because they're looking at it and they're looking at parts of the book. For example, any section here that you can think of, like stress, and they're going, wow, that's a great resource. I mean, there's cleaning materials. I mean, if you have a copy of the book, if you don't have a copy of the book and you're looking at this video, you need to reach out to your upline immediately. You can go to Amazon and get this for $30, called The Essential Life. Or, our group, I just teach to sell it for $20, and so that everybody can get their hands on it. And I sold a ton of these, and the people that I've got this book into their hands, they become oil users because I'm empowering them to use the oils in their homes. So you have to think about that. What's right for the new person? Okay. So we use this book, and you got to get your hands on those books. Okay. More books you but you sell, or sometimes I loan the book to somebody. If I feel like, they don't want to buy it from me, I'll have an extra one, and I'll say, okay, you know what? You can have my loaner copy for a week. And if you like it, you can buy it. If not, I'll be happy to just get it back from you. Okay. Try not to give stuff away to people. In doTERRA, I've noticed there's this mindset of, let me just give everything away. It's appropriate to give, samples and stuff away like this. But if you're giving too much away, you're going to really undervalue the product, because there are tons of people already buying this at retail. Okay. Not even the wholesale price that we get it at as wellness advocates or customers. They're buying it at retail. So you don't need to give the stuff away. You don't need to give the books away. Hold your line, hold your posture and your value. The book has value. So just make sure you keep that in perspective. And then we use Zoom calls to teach oils over the internet. We're actually doing I'm doing a Zoom call right now, a conference call. So I've done plenty of conference calls with a new person where I've got the book and I'm literally just flipping through the pages, helping them understand. I'm also getting oils out like On Guard or whatever, and I can totally teach interactively how to use the oils. Now that helps if I've already shipped oils to somebody before, so that they have the oils in their hands and I'm teaching them how to use them. That's 100% effective. So those are all different ways you can invite people and do sharing, in that instance. So we're kind of getting to the end portion here. Enrolling a new customer as a wellness advocate. So the buyer's guide, if you share the oils with somebody, I don't think you ever have to say, do you want to buy some oils? Those words should never come out of your mouth. People typically start asking, well, those are really neat. How do I get those? Right? I mean, if you get to the very end of you shared some oils with a friend or a family or whoever, and they're not asking you curiosity type questions, I mean, it's a pretty good chance they're just not interested in that thing. But we like to use the Edge Success tools here. This is called the Buyer's Guide. You can see that. This one's called the Buyer's Guide. And it's got a really cool question here on this. And you just kind of follow the question. Would you like to buy the product at wholesale or retail? And or how would you like to buy the product? Sorry. The first thing is, how would you like to buy the product, wholesale or retail? And then they let us know, okay? And you let this, and then you can see all the different kits that are available. And I think it's important to let them browse. I don't try to guide anybody towards any one kit. If they ask me, hey, Randall, which is the best kit to buy? I mean, I have my opinions on perhaps which one's the best, but I always ask them what their situation is. Well, let's find out what your situation is and what you're looking to accomplish as a family. Do you want to do this as an income opportunity as well, or just as a customer? Because it's different, what I kind of recommend to people. And then you kind of let them go through the buyer's guide. There's different pages. But so the buyer's guide will direct your language. And then at the very end, there's an enrollment form. I just say, if you're interested, fill it out. You leave it there for them to fill out. I don't fill it out for them necessarily. I let people just follow the natural process. But this buyer's guide, which should take away any fear of you to ask somebody after you shared oils with them to like buy them from you, because you can just say, oh, you know what, how would you like to buy your product, you know? Another question I've heard people say is, would you like to see your options for how people purchase doTERRA's products? That's kind of uninvasive, right? And very not too in their face, you know. Would you like to see your options of would you like to see how people have purchased doTERRA product in the past? Whatever you want to say, just very, you know, and okay, let me get the buyer's guide out and show you how that works. So it's just very easy to kind of follow with people. I say don't cast your money blocks on people. And what I mean by that is, when I first started in doTERRA, we'd already been using the product for 5 years as a customer, infrequently, but we had it in our home. And so we were ready to buy the Every Oil kit. You know, it's a bigger investment. And I had this big block that nobody else would buy that kit, but I was wrong. We've actually sold that kit to people. There's a kit that's $550, the Natural Solutions kit. I had a block that a customer would never buy that kit, and come to find out, a lot of customers have purchased that kit. So I noticed that my own blocks with money and people, maybe, oh, would they really value that as much as I would? And I've learned to just let those go. And I would invite you to kind of take yourself out of the equation, because when somebody's looking at purchasing doTERRA's products, you know, they're the ones making the decision. Don't ever try to make the decision for them. So our job is just to be the messengers. We share the gift of the oils. We allow them to see their buying options, and then we let them decide. If they say, I want to buy $150 of oils, great. If they say they want to buy a lemon and a wild orange, fantastic, right? We don't make that decision for them, but at the same time, I have a lot of people sometimes go, well, just sign up for $35 and then buy whatever oils you want later on sometime. But they probably want to buy oils right now. So just let them be the one to kind of let you know what they're thinking, without you thinking that they don't have any money or they would never do this. Just that's called ego. That's your ego thinking that because you think a certain way, that's what they're going to value. And I'd invite you to just analyze that process. So when you go shopping at the store, at whatever, say you're going shopping for a pair of shoes and you're about to spend $60 on a pair of shoes, is the employee worried about whether or not you have money in your bank account? They're not. They came in to buy shoes. They're going to get the ones they want, and they're going to swipe their card, and it's all going to work out fine. But your family, friends, whatever, as soon as they like the oils enough to want to buy them, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to buy what they want. So don't try to put your money blocks on them. Use your upline to enroll the first 5 people. We talked about that before. You might know how to do it. You might be the most intelligent person on the planet Earth. And if you're doing doTERRA as a business, then you need to let your upline enroll the first 5 people with you, not you checking out and going on vacation, together, so that you can learn how to do it in the most effective way. After 5 people, it's down. You know it. It's easy. But this will allow you to not make some of those common mistakes that could affect your new person. Then you've got to call doTERRA customer support and fix a couple things perhaps. Let your upline enroll the first 5 people with you so you can see that whole process. Just believe in that, okay? Trust in that process. And then the membership overview, which I don't have a handout for that. But basically, after somebody purchases their oils, you're going to want to set up a membership overview with them. Actually, on the day they purchase the oils, a membership overview takes them through the products that they just purchased. It's kind of like a tour. Say, okay, here's what you got. Let's go through the oils a little bit. It's very hand-holding. It shows them you're really invested in them as a person and with the product. So you go through, there's actually a pamphlet similar to this, but it says membership overview. Let me see if I've got an extra one of those handy here. Give me 2 seconds. Doesn't look like I have any of those on me. So you want to go through the membership overview and take that time. Statistics have shown that when you do a membership overview with your new person, they're more likely to try more products from doTERRA, find the stuff that they really love, and order on a more consistent basis, because you're actually showing them value. Okay, so I like to schedule the membership overview. In fact, there's a video that we did on how to train on the membership overview. I'll show you in a second where to find that video. Schedule the membership overview the moment they're enrolling. So when you're filling out their enrollment form, okay, or they fill it out and they filled out this form, don't leave that setting without saying, oh, and you know what? You get complimentary with your oil purchase a membership overview where we're going to walk you through your account, how to log in, how to order stuff, right? It's the red carpet treatment. It doesn't take any more time on your part to schedule that right then, so it's on both of your calendars, because the moment you guys both leave, you know how tough it's going to be trying to coordinate schedules. People are busy, okay? Get it right then. Get the appointment, time it for when their product will have already arrived at their house, and then you can come over if you're in person close enough, or you can do a membership overview right over the internet. We have all these documents online. I'll show you in a second one of them, the Quick Start Guide. They're all available online. So I've done lots of membership overviews while I'm sitting here in my living room and they're sitting halfway across the country. They've got their oils and we're going through the membership overview. If you truly want to do a service for your new person, whether they're just a customer or a wellness advocate, you owe it to them to do that membership overview, okay? I can't stress that enough. And we're actually going to have rewards in our group for people who do the membership overviews, right? Who do the most membership overviews are going to get rewarded. So let me see what else I have. Lastly here, tools. I'm going to go over some of these, but let me just review them real quick. EdgeSuccess.com. We love using those training tools. We didn't create them, but they're amazing. And we love to plug in. They've got something called a business in a box. It's like $99, and it comes with all the starter materials you need. Okay, like all these, the tear pad. You meet with somebody one-on-one, you can kind of do a little miniature class with them, front and back. Okay, just a one-page tear pad. Getting the business in a box shows that you're actually building a business and you're serious. One of the concerns I run into is somebody gets in doTERRA, they love the products, they want to do the business, and they don't want to make any investments in their business. You know, I've been in real estate for a long time. I've made lots of investments. One investment was $60,000 and it went nowhere. Okay, $60,000 educational opportunity is what I call it, experience or mistake. Your doTERRA business is going to require very little investment from you monetarily. So I can't stress enough that get the tools that you're going to need to succeed. Okay, the business in a box is $99. And those who are using the materials and the training stuff, their businesses grow faster. Okay, it's pretty simple. So I just hate seeing people get in the business and struggle along because they're not fully equipped with the things they'll need. If you've got somebody who wants to buy oils and you don't have a buyer's guide right there, you're kind of doing them a disservice, I believe. So be prepared and get that business in a box. The Essential Life book, we already went over that. That's you can buy it in a case of 10 for a discount. Ends up being about $17 a book, or you can buy it on Amazon for $30 each. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just get it in a case. If you and another person want to go in together on a case, if you're going to try to consolidate, you get 5, they get 5, whatever you have to do. Get yourself well equipped with enough books to loan out and or sell, because the more you do, the more your business is going to grow. Sharing videos with prospects, we'll talk about that in a second. I have a YouTube app on my phone, and so I love sharing videos right off of doTERRA's website. They've got an app called the Daily Drop, and I have videos all about this, which I'm not playing the videos here. I've already recorded videos on how to use all these little tools on our Launching Essential Leaders YouTube page, where this video is going to be posted, so you can just maybe look to the side or down and see other related videos to our Launching Essential Leaders. And then we've already covered the membership overview. I've stressed that enough. You've got to do that. Let's see here. So basically, let me go back and let me share my screen here. In conclusion, I'm going to show you some of these tools and where I can kind of guide you to some of the websites that I would go to. Okay, this is the digital version of the Quick Start Guide, which is one of the Edge Success materials. And I'm going to show you, let me go back here first. You want to get your hands on this reference guide. This isn't a reference guide Edge Success put together. If you're watching this as a video, you can pause the screen and just see the websites there, or you can download this from our Facebook page, okay? scroll over to our Facebook page here. And what we want to do is we want to go to, let me see here. Let me just do this for 1 second and go over to our Facebook page. I'm just queuing this up so we've got it handy. And once you go to our Facebook page, it's a private group. So you're going to see, okay, let me go back over here to sharing my screen. Share that in 1 second. So once you go to our Facebook, launching essential leaders is hopefully your upline would have added you to our group. If not, just send the request. And once you get to our group, you're going to notice, actually, I apologize, this is our page. Let me get back over here. Shows you don't have to be a technology guru to do this business here. So you go to our group, which is Launching Essential Leaders. Okay. So going to Launching Essential Leaders here, you can see our Facebook page. And notice I've got, like I posted a video, Daily Drop App, how to share videos in less than 30 seconds. That's on our YouTube page, but I posted it on our Facebook page. Here you can see our weekly promotion, our monthly promotion actually, 369. You can read more about that on the page. So it's really important to get on our Facebook group and to really start to plug in there. You can ask questions, you can comment. We're going to start doing all sorts of incentives that will get a lot of people chiming in there. But you can also see there's a files section. And in the files section of our page, you can see resource materials link. That's when you're going to want to go and click on that, and you'll find this reference guide there, which right here. You'll see this reference guide there. You got to get your hands on this reference guide so that you can go to all these different websites. So see these different websites over here where my mouse is on the right-hand side? All these websites are the digital versions of the Edge Success materials, okay? These materials. They're printable as well. Wouldn't recommend printing mass copies because it's still more expensive than buying the business in a box. But if you need to print 1 or 2 emergency pages, it's great. You can do that there. And then it tells you how to get on their live training calls, okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's live training calls that you're going to definitely want to plug into. That's down here on how to get in to those. You will, to get on those, where is that little link? There it is. You're going to want to text the word Edge Alerts to the number 33733. If you see where my mouse is right now, Edge Alerts to the number 33733. Excellent call. There's a Monday call. This is the one up here. Monday product share call. Noon and 6 p.m. Mountain Time is product only. They will never talk about the business. It was only people who are sharing their product experiences. Amazing call to get on yourself to enhance your product testimony, but to get customers on as well. Okay. We've got on Tuesday, they do a book club. And then on Wednesday, it's an amazing call, which is the Mastermind Business Strategy. You're going to hear from the Blue Diamonds, the Diamonds, Presidential Diamonds on how they're building their businesses. These are the inside secrets. These are the things that you have to learn from other sources. Your upline could teach them to you perhaps, but you plug into these calls and you really start to augment why people are doing doTERRA and all those little things that you just need to learn along the way. It's impossible to learn everything in the first 30 days of your doTERRA business, so it's going to take a while to marinate to get all those skill sets. So plug into those calls. Anyways, this is a great document here that you'll want to get your hands on. Okay, let me go over to our YouTube page. So our YouTube page is Launching Essential Leaders. You'll see this beautiful logo here that Shauna made for us. And as of right now, I've got 4 videos on there. I did mention here the membership overview training. So if you want to learn about the membership overview, how to do it effectively, there you can watch that video. And then I've got some other tutorials. I'm really big into technology and making it so that it makes our life easier, not making things more complicated. So I put together these brief little videos. Most of them are less than 3 minutes long, and it shows you how to just do little things like send a video to one of your prospects. This middle one here, with this new iTovi scanner, I didn't even have time to go over it, but this is another amazing way, if I can get that there. This is another amazing way to introduce the oils to people. It's a little handheld scanner, and it hooks up to your smartphone. And you just put it in your hands, or the person that's getting scanned, and like literally 3 minutes later, they get a little read on your smartphone that says what oils they need. It's the coolest little device. It's biometrics, a lot of technology behind it. But what it does is it shifts the focus of from you to this, and so your friends or family prospects go, wow, that's really neat. It's saying I need basil, or tell me what basil is. It's a conversation starter, I guess is what I'm getting at. So feel free to contact us, find out how to get Itovi. You can get a promotional code if you contact your upline or myself. We'd be more than happy to. But you can watch this video here is what I'm pointing out on this web YouTube thing. I go over a whole demo on how to scan somebody, and it's 3 minutes long. I mean, can't beat that. So I'm going to be posting a lot more videos to streamline everybody's time. If I think something's worth doing a video on because it's going to save somebody time, I'm going to post it on this video here. I'm pretty much at the end of really the things that I wanted to share, and just kind of leave you with a conclusion. And obviously this video was very raw and organic and unscripted. I hope it's brought some value to you, but obviously there's things that we might have missed. Feel free to reach out to us, go to our Facebook page, contact your upline support, and really plug in. I hope I've kept the first 30 days of your business very simple, very, it doesn't have to be complicated, but we are here to support you. If you can't, your upline will not call you back or contact you, keep going up the channel. You can log into your back office and see your upline listing. It'll list everybody up the chain with their phone number and email address. So keep reaching up the line until you find us. You can always comment and reply to this video and reach out to us that way. Or find me on Facebook, find anybody that's in our team on Facebook and reach out that way. A lot of people here to support you. So anyways, I want to wish you guys all the success. We look forward to meeting you one day in person and building this amazing business with you, because these oils truly are, the gift of the earth, and sharing them with other people is an even greater gift, I believe. So with that, I will let you go and appreciate you for tuning in, and all the success to you.